It was only a matter of time before I would start covering the weird, the paranormal, the occult, and just anything in between and beyond. I'm drawn to it, like a moth to a flame on a cold, dark night, like a fly to a still warm, freshly squeezed out dog turd. While I love learning about an elusive cryptid, or read up on alien abductions, or perhaps a demonic possession, or that cursed little trinket you bought at the local flea market that is now making your walls bleed at night, I also won't shy away from an amusing conspiracy theory. And yes, I know, conspiracy theories are a big no-no nowadays on the mainstream social media sites, especially the one I'm going to talk about in this video, since it's related to a certain Mexican beer. But I won't let stuff like that stop me from making the videos I want to make. I'm no stranger to pissing people off, and let's be honest, it's half the fun of it, right? Anyway, let's just jump down the deep end. So, a few days ago, someone told me they don't wear masks, specifically the throwaway ones made in China, because, according to this person, they contain parasites that crawl into your skin. At this point, most people would back away slowly from this person, but not me. I was like, please, tell me more. After that, I was shown a video on the person's phone where what I assume to be Russians hold one of these standard throwaway masks over a boiling pot of water, and the heat supposedly makes little hair-like worms wriggle out of the mask's fibers. This most fascinating phenomenon is apparently referred to as Morgellons, which is ironic because Morgellons is also the name of a mental disease described as a state of psychotic madness where the afflicted has delusions that strange fibers are being excreted from their skin or the sensation of parasites crawling under their skin. Short conclusion, it's some real fruitcake shit. So either this is a troll or these people are in peanut brain mode. If you want others to take your little conspiracy theory serious, even in the slightest, then you probably shouldn't name it after an actual mental disease that refers to extreme hallucinations and delusions. I'm just saying, seems kinda counterproductive. But what do I know? I'm just some random guy that still tries to utilize my brain for the most part. Anyway, enough of the chit chat, let's check out some of these videos and pictures of those pesky little Morgellons. After a quick little skim through the interwebs, I found a handy compilation of people showing off these little buggers they found in their mask, supposedly. Keyword here, supposedly. Apparently, mouth masks from China are riddled with these little critters that will become active from body warmth and crawl in your skin. After entering your body, the parasites will hijack your brain, making the victim lose all ability for rational thinking, mutating the host into a Twitter blue checkmark, a fate far worse than death. I may have made up a few things here and there, but if so-called professional journalists are allowed to twist facts for their benefit of their agendas, I'm allowed a bit of comedic embellishment. So yeah, parasites in mouth masks is apparently a thing in the ever-evolving conspiracy theory scene. The whole COVID pandemic has turned out to be a goldmine for conspiracy theorists, and while ever so often you have a few that seem scarily credible, this one is rather out there. In some videos they need microscopes to visually see the parasites, while in other videos they use a random-ass camera with a little zoom to peek at the squirmies. Another example is the fact some show you need actual heat, like steam from boiling water, to lure out these critters, yet in the next random clip some dude blows a few times on a mask and out come the squirmy fuckers. One of the main factors for the credibility of a conspiracy theory is consistency, and here it's kinda wonky. By the way, am I the only one who thinks the parasites look like discarded pubic hairs? Maybe somewhere in China, in some dodgy factory, an extremely underpaid worker is manscaping while hunched over the mouth mask production line. I tell ya, communism does strange things to people. Some of our tinfoil hat-wearing friends Believe this is biological warfare in full swing, but I don't know. I think it would be a waste of time and money for the poo man. The Western world is far more effective at destroying itself these days with political idiocracy, fake activism and cancel culture gone wild. All our enemies would need to do is circle around like vultures long enough for us to drown in our own bullshit. And then they can casually swoop down and pick at the remains. But enough gloomy doomer red pills, it's science time, kids! Let's do a little experiment and see if we can find some of these elusive Morgellons in some common made in China throwaway masks I just bought. Let's get cracking. As you can see, we have our boiling water and we have placed our made in China mouth mask over it. Now, supposedly those little parasites are going to wriggle out and start dancing when exposed to the extreme heat from the boiling water. So far nothing is happening.
Are you sure about that?
The steam is obviously rising through the mask. Now I'll try and zoom in a bit for a closer look. I can't hold my camera too close to it or the steam will dampen the lens. Still no sign of activity. I don't know whether to be relieved or disappointed. Not really sure how long you have to wait. And that concludes our little experiment. Now, what did we learn today, children? Well, jack fucking shit, I guess. No experiment is 100% proof or fact, especially one whipped together on a whim like mine. I could literally test 100 masks and you could still say it's not complete proof. That said, I personally think it's extremely unlikely there are parasitic life forms chilling in your masks. A few dodgy homemade videos of mouth masks with shaved pubic hairs on them, plus the fact there is no identification of this parasitic species, and the moronic idea to name this phenomenon after an actual mental illness. Let's say there are quite a few red flags in there. But it's possible. Highly unlikely, but possible. Anything is possible in this clown timeline we got ourselves stuck in. I'm not going to tell you guys what is true, what isn't, what is right or what is wrong. I don't get paid enough for that. I am merely a conveyor of outlandish information in the sense that I found this stuff amusing enough to make a video about it. I'm not some die-hard conspiracy theorist, but I do keep my ears open both online, in the dark, dank corners of the internet, and let's just say I come across interesting individuals in real life, for the better or worse. But since I'm feeling generous, I will grant you all a solid bit of advice. Buy reusable cloth mouth masks. Just wash or boil them enough to make them sterile again. And stop buying throwaway masks because I'm tired of seeing entire streets littered with those damn things. Either that or learn how to use a trash can.